they're starting to figure us out. So us being able to draft correctly in this tournament will be key if we want success.
For us, it's the main goal to not be this kind of team that just sits behind the top. We strive for becoming the best, and we won't stop until we reach that goal, hopefully. So yeah, that's the aim, and yeah, we definitely want to be top 3 all the time.
So now, please welcome to the stage, Sigma! And Buckymat is joining me for a quick pre-game interview. So you heard Dandy, he had some opinions, right? So we want to hear your opinions right here. I did ask him as well. You guys have been playing against each other, and actually just before this tournament, you've been going 3-2 against Navi. Does that give you a confidence boost, or maybe rather do the opposite because you feel pressure to keep that up now?
Not really. I mean, it gives us confidence in the way that we know that we can actually perform well against a very strong team in the best of 5. So we are looking to repeat that. But Navi stays Navi, and they're one of the toughest teams to face. So we'll do our best. It doesn't give us. We're confident in our play. That's all.
So apart from Navi, looking at the other teams, are you feeling like all of them are, let's call it, beatable for you guys?
Yes, sure. It's always up to us to really play our A game. And if we do so, we can beat any team here, but we can also lose to any team here. It's always the same. So it's just up to us to perform as we should.
I'm pretty sure all of the fans hope for you to win this one, and we hope to see that in-game. So thanks a lot for joining for the interview. Good luck to your team, and of course also to Navi, as we're going to head into that game. And for that, once more, going to hand it over to our casters.
Thank you very much, Zoe. And of course, once again, we replace Milk with a better upgrade as we take a Swede. We take a Swede this time. Well, there's been too many Danes on this stage, man.
Yeah,
like,
I agree. Like everyone knows Swedes are a bit more special than Danish people.
It's true. Like I heard, like Swedish Dota is meant to be better than Danish Dota.
Yeah, for sure. You can look at the world. What Danish team is there around?
I'm out.
Yeah, but we have Miguel. We have Miguel. So he's obviously gonna.
But the Danes are spread across everywhere else. But it's like a German team. No German team could ever stay together for like longer than 2 months.
This microphone is so annoying. Yeah, I think actually when Melk stops playing competitively, I kind of give up the idea on a full Danish team.
A full Danish team? Because there's just no captain that can hold them all together?
Yeah. Something like that. There's a lot of fiery personalities from the Danish scene. I think Miguel is one of the calmer ones.
Yeah, he always seems very cool, calm and collected when he plays.
But there are some that, yeah, they have a hard time controlling their emotions.
Awesome. We won't name those people, but we can name the people which will be playing because we're talking about Miguel. Let's actually look at the Sigma lineup, because the Sigma lineup is a team which, like, we have a couple of the French boys, obviously Soshka, as well as having Mad in that lineup. 2 guys who I think have been playing together forever. I don't actually remember a team when they weren't together.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, they're pretty much the French version of me and Ake.
Yeah. Yeah, you can have that kind of version.
Yeah, but they're the carry plus the sports.
It looks like the overlay people don't want to talk about Navi first. So,
sorry.
It seems we have to change our tact. So as far as these guys go, a team which recently people are calling predictable. I don't know if you would agree with that kind of like saying that you would normally have like a diverse hero pool.
I would say that Navi is maybe predictable in the first rounds of a tournament, but I think they're the kind of team that likes to get more and more unpredictable the more games they play, pretty much. Yeah, I would never say. I mean, sure, if they're predictable, they're one of the best teams at being predictable. So
that's one nice way of looking at it. interested to see if we get to see Doombringer from Funny, because I still have nightmares about that game. I don't know about you. I'm talking about the Dream League game.
Oh.
The 18-minute AC is Hand of
like
Heart and
10-0-8 point.
This time, now we can guy who was part of a team which never actually ended up turning up to this competition. Were replaced, in fact, by AAA, and that's Fader. Their solo mid used to be playing for Mouseboards.
Yeah,
and,
well, it was a different mouse sports. Now they're almost a fully Danish team.
Almost.
Where are they?
I don't know.
I think they are.
There's rumors
Okay,
surrounding. There's rumors surrounding Mouseboards.
There is one Danish team.
There
but
is?
they didn't show up because.
Theoretically, like a.
But you know they're not.
No, I just know something's going on with that team. Exactly what's going on. Who knows?
Oh, you mean?
But yeah, because they didn't turn up yet. So let the rumor mill start, and of course Reddit will make a thread. So we know they can talk about everything.
Back to Sigma?
Yeah, but back to Sigma. Enjoyable mid lanes I've ever watched, and seeing Fader also now playing up against Denny, because they're just so aggressive people, like in the lane. Everyone's like, I want to win this lane. I'm not going to rely on a rotating support to let me win this game. And that's one thing I've always like respected about Fader.
Well, I would say Navi does gank mid a lot.
Yeah.
So Dandy, he plays that way. You know, I'm not going to rely on a filthy support ganking mid, but then Puppy and Croaky are always there. So.
Yeah, they always are.
But I still have to agree. I think Feda is one of the best solo mids in Europe, and even back in Mouse, we felt that he was one of the better solo mids, and his puck, I mean, it's...
His puck's amazing, but he's also got like a huge repertoire of different heroes as well. Like, that's the crazy thing with him. Like, you think you got him, and then all of a sudden, like, there's like different kind of styles.
Yeah.
Like, he even played Visage as a solo mid one time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 4 places, and... Yeah, really controlled the middle lane. Impossible to kill the Visage once he had that much farm.
Yeah, he can pretty much play everything, but when I think about him, I think about OD.
Yeah, the OD
isn't puck pretty much. I don't know. I really hate OD. It has to come out sometime. I do. I think the hero is very annoying to play with.
Wait, he's difficult to play up against, but it's like it seems like not many people really want to pick him anymore.
Yeah, well,
like
that's because
he features every now and
pretty
then.
much everyone hates OD so much.
What is it like? They had to play him and they had to play against him?
Yeah, both. I mean, it's like, sure, you can see Dundee play OD sometimes, but do you really think he wants to play this OD? Like, oh, I can run around the map and Astro people, throw the ult.
Dendy doesn't like any style of heroes that are boring.
Yeah.
Like that's why like he hates DK.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Even if you give him like a Shadow Blade, he's like, oh god, I know I'm supposed to like level 6 attack the tower. It's what I must do.
But he doesn't want to do that.
No.
Yeah.
People want to have fun when they play games, but at the same time, Dendy's at the mercy of Puppy.
Yeah.
Whatever Puppy picks, Dendy has to take.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you can see him play a Syllaber solo mid.
Yeah. Hey, I actually enjoyed him playing that.
Yeah,
like that was a good. That was when he played up against the OD. Like, that wasn't too bad.
Exactly. But I know exactly how he felt when he was. Or rather, I can imagine how he was like. Okay, there's not so many heroes. Give me Sylla. Just give me Sylla. Because you hate OD. I don't know. It's 3 heroes, 4 heroes that can solo OD.
Oh, you mean?
Viper.
Because they didn't turn up yet, so let the rumor mill start.
Razor. Kunkka can do decently.
Yeah. We actually enjoyed him playing that.
Bat can actually do quite okay, in my opinion.
I suppose because Napalm wouldn't really cost that much mana.
Yeah, Napalm doesn't really cost that much, and OD's turn ratio is very so-so. I mean, you don't really get so much out of that lane, to be honest, if you play Bat against OD, but you can always rely on your own jungle and stuff like this. You will still have an early blink.
Well, that's if you're relying your supports to actually stack your jungle for you.
Yeah, or you can even do it yourself if you're. That's why Bat's so strong Radiant, I feel, because it's so easy to just stack that.
You still think he's really strong after the nerfs? Because obviously his base damage really got taken down a notch, and then the last 2, like there's a tiny range.
I still think he's.
He just disappeared. Like I was.
Strong.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
There's just no stuns really.
Koto, I think he could work better than people try him.
Just as long as you don't bring back PL with the Coddle, I'd be happy to see Alliance play Coddle again.
I have a goal to get PL back into competitive play 2014.
Wait,
so
you actually like playing PL?
actually, I liked PL before other teams played him, and then he got nerfed, so he was not so good anymore. But I think he's... I love pretty much all heroes that others doesn't play.
So that's the reason why you like PA, you like PL.
Yeah, P is a good letter as well. Stands for a lot of good things.
What else we got with P?
We got.
Well, you can't play Prophet. Or you could play.
No, I don't. I don't mean
Pugna.
Pugna.
Can we count like Death Prophet?
Of course, of course. I would love to play Death Prophet. I've been talking about playing carry Death Prophet for weeks and weeks.
So S4 just says no. He's just like loader, like you've been hugging that bear too much. You got some like chemicals off it.
Is S4 in here?
I'm pretty sure he could find a recording later on.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a combination of both me and S4 becoming more pussy. Like, I don't know. I don't really ask for these heroes anymore that are not so good. DP I think could work, but
can we
PA,
count
I mean,
like
we did
Death
try her the
Prophet?
other day. We
Of course,
of course. I would love to play Death Prophet. I've been so many heroes in Dota. They're just so situational, and even if they're situational, you need to snowball from level 5.
Yeah, or at least have a plan B with somebody else.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I kind of like this version as far as a caster goes. Until the Hannah Myers appeared, I really like this version because with this version, you know that anything is kind of possible with any kind of hero. Like there's no set draft you got to go into, but it's just the trend that everyone's like everyone wants to play a Weaver. That's why I was kind of hoping at this LAN event Weaver would get completely like crapped on, so no one would ever want to play Weaver again. But like everyone was thinking, oh, it's going to be Mirana Bane is like our new combination, which is out in the scene right now.
I think the reason why Weaver is so good is just he's a survivability hero, like carry. There are quite few carries that are really strong in late game. They can fight in mid game. They can chase down people early game as well.
Do you not worry though? Like in these early games, he's a little bit too weak, like and still slightly
he's weak, but as soon as he gets like level 7, he's already annoying to deal with. Once he gets his Lincolns, he's very annoying to deal with. So he can start split pushing. He can just go for the supports like a retard in fights. The way he scales with Desolator makes him insane.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm not gonna say like mid to late game he's not great, but
I feel that's the thing I feel about him. He even early game he has the ability to chase people down. You can dive towers. You can.
You should be really careful with your mana because like like that's what we saw earlier today as well. Like with VG Gaming when they played it up against AAA. Well, they didn't play the Weaver, they played against the Weaver. They were able to catch it out, and they used heroes like Rubik just to like run in there and like grab him or Storm Spirit to jump on him. And
that's something I've been talking to other players about, and my team obviously. I think that right now teams kind of underrate what they can do with this version. Yep. Sure, Midas, I think I agree with that. That it's a bit OP as an item, but there as well, I think that we may come to a point where. I mean, now I actually think that Midas will get nerfed.
I kind of hope it does get slightly nerfed.
Yeah, but still, either way, I think that, as you said, like Vincere Gaming did it. They just fight and then they push and then they end the game. I think that people underestimate this. The thing is just that when you play with Midas on your team, let's say like we did today, we played against one, I think, and we went for Midas. Yeah. When we already have a good early game, then you can just play with this feeling in your body that okay. We have more Midases, the longer it goes, we will get richer, and sure, we can fight them, but even if we take a bad fight, we have Midas, so...
it's like playing with a safety net at all times.
So it's like either you need to push, or you have to go Midas. Or you do both.
Or you can do it.
Yeah.
I kind of like the both. Like that's why I was also like I was praising Navi's approach during the Dream League finals because they technically did both. Like there was like I think a maximum of 2 minuses on the field, and most of them was coming out from the support hero, so they could bring like a second like tier 2 or tier 3 item to the field. And then the other heroes like, well, we've actually got a job to do. We're gonna need items to do this straight away, and we do it from the early game. Like you don't just wait until like the 15-minute mark. Like we saw early before. Like there's you have a level 1 fight, you have 3 or 4 kills come through, and then you may as well like go have a coffee for like 10 minutes because like everyone's just gonna go into the jungle. We start the pulling, we start the I'm gonna sit on the lane but nowhere near close enough that I can get caught out kind of style.
Then you will see the necro books starting to come out.
Yeah, there's like
I actually don't
you
understand
guys
that.
do that too. Like Admiral Bulldog, Mr. Hand Midas first, straight to
Prophet,
necro
it
books.
feels like auto buy right now, getting necro book. It's
I kind of agree with that too because like, you got your army of trees and then you got like level 3 necro books. Like what are you supposed to do?
You can even push a lane without your hero being there. So.
And then like you play up against someone like a Bristleback who ends up killing himself every time he pops Cool Spray.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that necro is even more OP than Midas right now. It's very hard to, like, especially when you come to the point where you have 3 necro necro 3s on one team.
So you just go Midas into necro books for 3 different heroes.
What do you do? What do you do when they rush you with 3 necro books? You need BKB on everyone to be able to take the fight. And
Which means you need a Hand of Midas to get the BKB.
Yeah. That's that's how Dota works.
Or then you get a live stealer, but no, wait, then there's Doombringer being picked up, so you can't use that one. It's the ultimate situational version right now.
Yeah, so the picks does decide a lot. But most of all, I think that the laning stage combined with the Hand of Midas decides so much more. Their past patches, I feel that it was easier to get back into the game. But right now, I feel like if you lose the laning phase, I mean, if you lose it completely, you're out of the game, pretty much. Yeah. If you lose all 3 lanes, you're out of the game.
Because of just the amount of snowball heroes that come with it.
Snowball heroes, you can go Midas, whatever, you will get pushed. In the past versions. And that was actually the funny thing, though, because Midas was stronger, like, 1 patch ago. Wasn't it 3 times the EXP, I think, instead of 2.5?
I don't remember, I'm afraid,
and then nobody got it. That just shows how Dota is as a game. Like, there's a trend, everyone will jump onto the trend. And
so we pray this trend ends soon.
Yeah.
And we take out... Maybe
we can go back to that, actually. I just have to say, because I love going stuff that nobody does. I loved going Midas back in the day. But then nobody went it, and I got flamed for it.
Yeah, you like rushed it before anything else. Like you didn't even... I remember there were some games, you never even bought an item. Yeah. Like, you just walked out there, it's just like...
But that was actually...
I got back Skull.
The rush Midas was more envy than me, to be honest. He was the one who got me interested in that approach. Nowadays, I'm not so much of... I actually rather just get face boots in a lot of the cases. Yeah. And then you go Midas.
I saw that with your gyro early today. Like you went to face boots and then you went into your Midas and were like, oh, so he's not going Midas. Let's look for the Ring of a Quill. Let's look for the... No, he's got another glove. And then you realize it's all over. Yeah. We even started to worry about S4 at one point when he had the Night Stalker, and we thought, oh, okay. It's like, he's got the glove only. Why has he only got the glove only? Like, wait, she got like Helm of Iron Will to start with, shouldn't he? Or... No.
I think he should have went for Midas that game.
Everyone should have gone for Midas that. Yeah. I think he was actually the only person that didn't go for Midas that game. Like,
actually,
EGM,
Ake didn't. No, EGM had none. Ake had none. It was a sad game.
Must have been a couple of games before. By the way, guys, the reason why we got ourselves a bit of a delay is because at this point we're missing Kuro. Kuro's now inside the game, but there was also some problems with Fader. And his game, there was some sound problems, and the players are just trying to work through that. For some reason, Arsart's now standing for him. Wonderful. Get on the right teams, and then we'll be good to go.
Art?
Yeah, he's co-casting. I'm guessing.
Okay.
Yeah, he's for the VP live stream.
Yeah, because I was confused. They chose the international all-star B team.
Yeah, they still hold. I think you still have your profile too.
Yeah, of course.
Like, you'd never give that up. That was a fun game.
Yeah,
that was a fun broadcast.
I'm still a bit upset of that game. I felt that Puppy and Ake played far too serious.
Really? I thought it was Mushy. It was Mushy who played.
Yeah, for sure.
Who played, the ultimate.
For sure. But it was more about the picks. Like They told us we were not allowed to play serious and all
really?
these things, and then we played this game and they played Ursa against a
Yeah.
lot of melee heroes. They have Omni Knight, like go
But
5 man.
Ursa's not meant to be serious in Southeast Asia. It's not as though Mushi's played Ursa millions of times.
I think it was the fact that my personal view of that game was that we won against Orange during the group stage with Ursa. And then he just wanted, because Mushi
wanted
is a
revenge.
huge Ursa fan, yeah, so he was like, I'm gonna show you the real Ursa. But yeah, maybe.
Show you the power of Ursa.
Yeah.
These claws.
It's an underrated,
it's like the
underrated hero though.
Did you see that Street Fighter clip as well? The recent one that came out?
Oh, I didn't see it. I heard about it though.
Oh man, yeah. After this game, we'll show it to
They
you.
need to make a Dota 2 fighting game.
No, they just need to make custom maps in Dota 2 because everything is possible
yeah,
now.
that's actually true.
Like with the perspective cam, you can
Yeah.
do basically anything. Like you want to have like side matches, yeah, go for it. Like anything is possible.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
Yeah, Valve, give me that and techies.
Do you really want techies? Like
Yeah.
everyone speaks about how they want techies, but
But when
that's
he,
because
when
you
he
forgot that every pub game you play, it's not that you lose against techies, it's the fact that it's like, oh, I'm gonna go shake the rune, okay, I'm dead. That was fun.
I thought the best times were when you actually combined Pudge with techies. So you had like 4 landmines in one spot, and then you just wait for someone to come into the lane
remember
and
Dota-
hook them straight in. It's like,
yeah.
oh, rot and 4 mines,
I remember
instant death.
Dota 1 when they had techies had no cooldown on suicide. And they like
Oh yeah.
they played roaming techies plus tiny. He just ran around and threw techies at people, exploded. He did like a huge amount of damage because it was Dota 1, everything was broken back then. But yeah, I don't really know how I feel about that here. I think it's so strong.
Yeah, he is.
Honestly, like
Well,
if
the
Aghanim-
ability to also push down the towers, I think that was one of the biggest things which
Yeah.
no one ever said. Like, you put a landmine down there, it's 400 pure damage, I think it is, directly towards the tower.
and now towers are even weaker. I
yeah,
think.
imagine if you actually had like a techie support as well as a pugner. Just
Yeah.
saying. Like, Ice Frog, give us techies.
my first lane in Dota 1 with my best friend was techies, Keeper of the Light mid. It was a great lane.
We just tried to launch it again, by the way, but we just have too many casters inside the game. So
we'll hope.
we have like casters from all around the world. Like the Koreans are also casting the entire series, and we got the Chinese casters in here. We have 2 different Russian live streams.
Yeah.
We obviously have our English live stream right here with all your wonderful production, courtesy of ESL. Probably a bad time to say that one. Blurred out camera. But yeah, there's a lot of different options for you to watch live streams, because you can find all the live streams out in your different platforms.
But today you should choose the English one.
If you
So
have chosen the
listen to
English
that.
one, I thank you for your selection.
Oh.
You have chosen a fine
That's
product.
political. I agree. I support that.
It's for the lovers of fine taste that
Yeah.
choose this live stream.
Did the last guy just load? Oh, we will have a game.
Yes, we're in. Finally, our draft gets to begin. Na'Vi going up against Sigma. Finally, we get to begin this one. We've had some fun times with this. The easiest thing is just like kick all observers.
And now it begins.
Yeah. So now we're going to see finally how the draft will unfold. And Puppy, he gets to start with something which is definitely Sigma related. Just take out the Bane. We
Yeah.
mentioned it before, like the Mirana and Bane combo.
I agree. Removing Bane from that team. It's not only even Mirana. They run that support so often.
It's one of Mad's favorite heroes to play. Like I remember when he first, well I would say when he first, there was a period about maybe it was about a month and a half ago where it really started bringing Bane back in again. And the amount of times he started saving people with the Nightmare, and then people started looking out for us, so it's a lot harder for him to do. But there was just that period where it just kept happening.
Yeah, but that's Dota for you. Like if there's these heroes, you've played them quite a lot, but you haven't faced them in the past few months. Then they throw in a hero like Bane. Sure, he's not stronger or anything. It's just that people are not used to playing against that, and the metagame keeps changing, and he's just so good at getting a kill on that offlaner, especially. That's how I feel. I mean, 1 sleep, 1 kill.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how it is, especially with the POTM and the Bane combo. I think he's quite good at dual roaming with the jungler as well. You guys come from smoke, get a sleep off, Centaur runs in, stomp, dead.
Seems to be so simple. Well, the man on the left-hand side of your screen right now, Puppy, he's got a choice to make for the first pickup. And I'm wondering if they're just tossing up the clockwork right now.
I was going to say the same thing.
it's every freaking time. But he also knows, like, we know Na'Vi really prefer having the life stealer, but picking it up so early on is such a dangerous thing.
Yeah, they've had to change that a bit. I guess they usually second pick him. Oh,
We're going to go Koro Wisp in this game.
I would suppose that they have a backup plan instead of CK, or do you think they would pick?
See, I'm wondering if that's even going to happen. Like, we talk about like Na'Vi being slightly diverse.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It has to be mind games, or
Yeah.
if they don't just pick CK Wisp now first 2 picks. But I would actually.
But you would like Fader can't block this out. Like, it's the same thing. It was exactly what I think Hani was telling me was like, if you're gonna actually no, I think it was I can't remember one of the Fnatic guys.
Someone said.
Yes, someone said something at some point. but when you pick up the Wisp, you want to make sure you can get your combination in the 2 picks.
Yeah.
Like, so you go Wisp Tiny or Wisp CK. Like, that's the combination you search for. And you know, during that time, unless like one of them's being banned out, they can't really be block picked, and no one's really going to want to pick Tiny by himself.
Yeah.
And no one's going to want to pick Wisp by CK really by himself. So you've got that option, and Fader, he decides not to even touch it. He just takes out the Visage, takes out the Clockwork, and Na'Vi keep it secret. They're going to let Sigma waste, I won't say waste,
Yeah, but I
use their bans if they want to try and block it.
Yeah, I still think they're doing it right in a way. I don't think they're even aiming for the CK.
Yeah.
But also, there are so many heroes that work well with IO. I wouldn't be surprised if they will go for a Gyro this game.
Yeah.
That's what they used to like.
The only downside is, so like with the flank cannon with the long cooldown time, like you basically blow through your entire damage, and you got nothing left then.
Well, I mean, I think it just suits Havost, the way he plays early aggression with Barrage and all these things.
Unless
it's maybe not the first option for them, but I'm saying like there are quite a lot of options. Now they banned Tiny.
No.
I think that Tiny isn't really what you have to fear from Na'Vi. Not because it's not a good combination, but I haven't seen Havost Tiny so often.
The last time he ran it was actually at the Dream League.
Yeah.
Because they were in the same position where they picked up the Wisp and were like, oh, what are they going to go? And like we all, like, I know Drasko was sitting there going like, Havost loves his CK. He doesn't like his Tiny. And it's quite true. Like, but at the same time, you know the power of Tiny, the ability to bring down towers.
Yeah.
You can be
and
convinced to like it.
Of course you can play Tiny. That's not the fact. It's just that players will usually go for a hero they like more. Maybe now he won't have the choice for either. They ban Gyro themselves.
I wonder what buff up here they are considering.
Ursa? Fussy Wussy?
Actually, I wouldn't go past that.
Yeah, I agree.
The only issue I think you might have is if you're trying to make an Ursa fight directly up against a Clockwork.
I think that's a good pickup. Lifestealer. I think Lifestealer is a good pickup against.
But then again, if Ursa gets picked up.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. But I think they just left the CK there to give it as an option to Na'Vi, and they know that against CK Wisp you can just TP out with Rage, I guess.
Yeah.
But
I was like, even then the stun won't work because it's a projectile stun.
I think that Sigma should be a team that does quite well against Wisp, just from how they play. But yeah,
we're keeping it secret as long as possible. We now get Dendy's Puck hero up and running. So we had a silence towards the mix. Also have a lot of evasion, be it for the soul assumption. I don't know if Denny's quick enough on the fingers to evade the hook shot out from the Clockwork.
Depends on the level, maybe.
Depends probably also on the vision.
Yeah.
And that Clockwork comes from a mile away.
Yeah, it's the most annoying hero sometimes, especially like a Nyx bomb clock. But still, I can't. Is it CK? I mean, CK Maiden Wisp is a good lane, but it just feels like
it feels too forced. Like I'd probably said like Na'Vi still want to go defensive right now and just run the Crystal Maiden in the jungle. Like just give him a couple of clarities, let him go nuts.
But shouldn't it be CK when they banned the Gyro? I don't know. We'll just have to wait.
Just let it go for now and actually think about Sigma's lanes. Because you got a live stealer as well as a Visage. If you think a Wisp can be played in like a defensive manner,
oh my lord,
you hate it. But the Outlaw Devourer comes up now for Fader. I actually thought Sigma was going to go for an aggressive tri lane here.
Do you think that they're baiting something here? And they are going to do safe lane Puck with a CK Wisp mid or something like that? Huh?
We just go straight into the Razor.
Maybe it's carry puck.
It's a forced Razor.
Yeah,
It's going to be a forced
I
Razor.
think so for sure.
So Dendy can take the top lane solo. Of course, on the other end of that one, now Sigma's going to it's going to turn into like a lane swap, like a mind game kind of thing. Who can get the most amount of vision to start with? Because when you kick this fight off, you want to make sure that OD is up against the puck and not up against the Razor.
But how are they going to do this? You mean that they're going to do solo Razor mid?
No, I'm talking Wisp and Razor in the middle lane and try and use the Wisp just to push them back out again.
Yeah,
is where my mind goes with
they're
this one.
Radiant as well, so it's a better.
And then you just
mid.
get something like I suppose you can go like a Timbersaw for your off lane.
Yeah.
Nature's Prophet still hasn't been touched, just to add that one towards the mix-up. So there's still a lot of different options for the off lane. And if Na'Vi really want to go all-out aggressive, they could possibly even run an aggressive tri-lane with the Razor, the CM, as well as the IO together. But it really depends on Fader's last support hero. Like the Venomancer and the Bane was already taken out, which is what made me think of that. You've already taken out a lot of like good control supporters in the lane.
What do you think they have? I wonder if they're gonna go for the.
It's really difficult to ban out
if
against
they're gonna
this.
go for like they could go for a jungler as well, I guess. Probably. And I don't know.
We could still see the like the lone the Luna is what Sigma's thinking, and then the Enchantress is the last man out from Puppy. So he's really wanting to take away any kind of that early game presence and control.
So Sigma thinks that it could be a Razor safe lane, off lane.
I got a funny feeling they think it's going to be Razor, CM, Wisp off lane,
They
Puck
ban
in the
Luna.
mid, and then Luna up on the top lane.
Oh yeah, that's true. They could just solo the Luna safe lane.
It's a little bit old school though, like the like very old school. And then the Alchemist comes up, so we get our last hero for Sigma.
I'm actually a bit surprised we haven't seen more, even more off lane, or rather safe lane solo heroes this version. I feel that there's a lot of safe lane solo heroes that could do well in this metagame. We'll see. You said Alchemists.
It's going to be Funnick on the puck. So we get an OD versus Templar Assassin in the middle lane. Not really the funnest lane for Denny to ever have.
I mean, it's decent, I guess. It's not as bad as you would expect because you can do well first few levels.
But they've really got to run an aggressive trialing in this though. Because I'm still not liking the fact like having an OD up against a Templar Assassin. Even a Puck up against like a Clockwork. If he gets caught.
Yeah, but the thing is,
close,
if they run an aggressive tri lane, they're gonna shut down Sigma supports. That's pretty much what's gonna happen. But at the same time, as you said, then there's gonna be OD against TA mid. So I don't know if that's something Na'Vi would gain a lot from.
Well, here they go. It's going to be Kuro as well as a Voss, the Wisp as well as Razor. What item set has he got on him?
Who?
The Twisted Arc with the Storm Stealer set as well. Sorry, I'm...
Oh, really? For the Racer? I didn't notice anything.
Oh, wait, this was working before, and now it's not.
Ah, so beautiful.
That's... I'm now very much depressed.
What doesn't work? You can't see the
The
sets?
showcase, it worked. It worked when I used it earlier today. In fact, I was watching your Mirana set.
Yeah,
When you do a little
most
spin.
of my sets are like combination. That goes back. I like to be in special, so I'm like, yeah, actually this looks really ugly together, but I will just combine these three sets, and I have the most ugly set there is, and I'm special. And
You'll have to wear my entire Dry Ranger set when it finally comes out.
Sure thing, man. I can do it.
Yeah, that just means then you have to
when I
pick Dry
play,
Ranger.
yeah, that's what I was gonna add. When I play Draw Ranger.
No, it's the new changelog that's supposed to be coming out, man. That's what it's all about, isn't it?
Oh, are you gonna? Have you heard any secrets about?
I
Drow?
know nothing. I ask nothing as well because I know I'm on a broadcast, so I just I know nothing, so anything I say means nothing. Fantastic.
Yeah, that's
the
true.
best way for a play-by-play guy to work.
Yeah, so anyways, it's gonna be offensive tri lane for sure here, but
Yeah, offensive tri-lane versus the defensive tri-lane, and that's going to be Pass Visage, Soshka, tagged up as Paris as the Life Stealer, and then Bucky Mad as the Alchemist support, and that's up against Kuro, Wisp, Puppy's CM, and a Vorst as the Razor, which means we do get Dendy in the middle lane up against Fader and the TA versus OD combination, and that puts Miguel on the top lane as the Clockwork, and Funnick as the Puck up here on the top lane as well. So, going to be an interesting matchup between these two teams. And already Fader takes the high ground. But we should probably keep a very close eye on that bottom lane.
Yeah.
In fact, already Mad, like Kuro with haste is just scouting out Mad, who's trying to sit in a nice position for a concoction stun. But that really means that Na'Vi have got, oh, no, here we're going to go. Concoction stun, Mad, he's going to get it over on a Vorst. The tether's already there from Kuro, soul assumption damage, so Vorst will live through this. And now he's going to go for the static. Remember that high movement speed? But how much, he steals
Actually,
7 points of
here.
damage. And now, man, Mad, he's going to. Concoction again, he throws it out, but it's not enough damage to pick him off, and there she flies. The pass will lose his own life for this one. The attack coming out from, well, from the creep wave, in fact, to pick him off, and then into another one with the support combination. We get Puppy, who's going to have more money than God again, picking up a double kill here on the bottom lane.
Yeah, he's halfway to his Midas. Nah, I'm just kidding. He pretty much has boots, if that's what he's going to go for. Yeah, that was... I would say it's a mistake from Sigma, honestly. They did it really well there. They really saw that they would get the first blood and they planned it in a good way. They would have to lose the Visage, but just overextending there. Stay a little bit...
It's amazing how much damage to Vorst didn't steal. Like on the first technically he attempts, he steals 7 damage, and that's also with Wisp giving him like that bonus 17% movement speed, and he still only stole 7 damage.
Soxka did a good move by just going in and using the open wounds on him to stop the Saki. We'll see here.
Phrasing.
I don't really know how. Yeah. I'm not sure. They're gonna pull the wave, I guess. Gonna try to get it back. Na'Vi hasn't more than much. Do they still have a ward on him? Yeah. Okay, they still have a ward on Kuroki. Yeah, but I think that Sigma will do fine if they just relax, try to outlevel Na'Vi. Don't try to get.
But it's not really happening that way. Like even mid lane, it's 6-5 up against a 5-2 in favor of Dendi, and then you got up on top lane. Puck is 12 for 2 up against a Clockwork who is 6 for 0. Like Funnick is all over that lane, and then this bottom lane, we're going to Razor, who's managed to crack at 10 for 4, even with his death. That happened pretty early on. Up against your Lifestealer, who's got 4 for 0. So they are getting a little bit more zoned out as far as these lanes go.
I really like how Na'Vi had a Sentry Ward to place there in the creep pool, so they're going to take control of this lane for sure.
Concoction over to a Vorst. But with the spirits coming out from Kuro, he's already forcing him back just that little bit further. So Vorst is in real no trouble. And Matt keeps throwing out these concoctions, but he's going to start running low on mana. No, he's got 2 clarities. He should be fine.
Feels like regen is a huge problem for Sigma right now. The clock on offlane, he didn't have so much regen staying against the puck, but now he's got his bottle on the way, so it's going to go better for him. In mid lane, Fata has to keep refilling his bottle to be able to keep full HP, so... Yeah,
because then he's taken basically... Well, he took the 2-minute rune, which was the Invis rune, and now he's going on Fade with that meld hit.
He's doing a really, really good job, Dendi, in handling this OD in mid.
There's your courier coming down. Fader had to pull the bottle away. Miguel wanted to pick it up himself because he's already pretty low. Like this courier's working overtime. It's almost like you want to go Pinoy style and just pick up a second.
Oh,
Puppy. He's so close to the DD rune. And then he's going to come in and grab it as well. I thought for a moment like anybody could have come in for that one, but it's like, wait, there's no profit, there's no nothing like that.
Yeah.
And they actually, in fact, going to rotate themselves in. And this is going to be Kuro going to look for the perfect tether. He's already started up on the balls. And with the courier coming in too, Denny's got to get in a good line. And now there's your tether in. They didn't get the slow on him, and Kuro's got to get in front. So more spirit balls coming out, and they do get the kill. Templar Assassin with the DD rune. Mad will get himself another a concoction off, but Kuro's got tether in 1 second time. So Denny comes in close. There's your tether, and Denny just keeps going with the DD. The soul assumption will end up picking off Kuro. Well, passes on the run from Puppy. There is an over-off cooldown in a moment, but they won't keep going for it.
I think it's a really, really impressive movement from Na'Vi here. And yeah, you can see, even if, I think that even if Sigma knew that they were moving around, they...
Clock found another kill. I mean, Funnick found another kill up on top lane. He dived right on top of the tower and then just phase shifted it up, but using both Dream Call as well as the Orb. And now he Orb damages him back again and jumps away. And Mad,
oh my god, he should flask himself before he's dead.
He already did.
Yeah, he's gonna make it.
He's down to 150-ish. That's a good thing that wasn't spotted out. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane of Vorst, Now that's dealing damage. Oh, Soshka! He came back in. Puppy got the frostbite. That's going to be a kill. Puppy's taking a lot of damage here, but then Pass with that 115 damage stolen is a little bit too much.
He's dead.
Yeah, Visage ended up getting the kill at the end of the day. But Horvost with a double kill on the bottom lane.
Yeah, I would never expect this kind of result from this lane. Now he's doing just so well with his Razor tri-lane. Horvost is going to get his phase boots, maybe? Yeah.
We get phase boots and also 2 tranquils for both the CM as well as the Wisp.
Oh, yeah.
So you start adding in that heal from the Wisp over towards these heroes, and they set up aggressive observer wards too behind the tier 1 tower. So Horvost, just look at that movement speed.
Invis puck in mid.
You're going to lose everything, and now he has to rage up and attack on Kuro, but that damage steal, Horvost at 168 points of damage stolen, and you're right, Funnick, now Fader is on top of a TA trap as well as being caught in the Dream Call. He wants TP out, there's no extra stun.
That's actually, yeah, good TP from Fader. Funnick was a bit too quick with his
Dream Call?
Yeah, exactly, but
that's the only stun they really had to use.
Yeah, but it's still does a lot. You force the OD to TP back to base, then he has to run out.
Supports, they found Mad. Frostbite, he's already started the concoction right now on Kuro. Wait, they both walked in together. Soul Assumption damage will be there, and Kuro, OD, whoa! That's
really
some commitment. Throws the ulti out, Puppy comes back. There's a TA trap in the neighborhood, but he realized he was caught between a rock and a hard place. So both supports go down here, and Mad walks out to safety.
And that was really, really important for Fada, I think. Obviously, getting kills is good, but now he really got the EXP that he needed, even if it was quite on the level before. Now Dandy is level 7, almost 8, and Fada is just 7. So I mean, sure, Dandy still has the lead, but Fada could easily come back into this game.
Well, he's already catching up, man. He's already catching up. Like 1-1-1 is not that bad. Yeah. Obviously, TA with having an extra death isn't that great either. While Puppy's hunting familiars in the bottom lane. But Fate is one of these. He's one of these heroes. If you just get some space, you get a couple more imprisonments up, and you're TPing at the right time, like basically now on the bottom lane, you'll be all good to fight.
Does he have a TP on him?
Yeah. He's got 2 TPs right now. But actually, sorry, he's got no points up in the orb. He's still only got 2 points up in the Essence Aura. So a little bit longer until he gets some higher levels, and then he'll be good to go. Mad concoction. They're coming in, try and gank up Horvost and Kuro. You'll have to tether in.
Horvost is actually going for an early mech.
It's probably a way to keep this lane alive and moving.
Oh. It's the first time for everything.
Horvost, though, has been sacrificing himself a lot more. I remember I had a little bit of a chat with him in Sweden, and he was basically talking about the fact, like, as long as my team wins, I don't care if I sacrifice my farm.
Yeah,
and that's exactly what was happening too. Like, they ran Lifesteal, they ran Juggernaut in the off lane. Yeah. This time it's a little bit more of an aggressive lane because they're using, obviously, the Razor. But the Crystal Maiden and Wisp, like, they start to rotate back out again. So they basically just make sure Horvost can survive on the off lane in his current state, and then move.
Yeah, I think he's doing the...
Oh, Miguel's in trouble. Dream Call up on the top, and Puppy, he's already started off with a Frostbite, and he's already used the Nova too. Phase Shift, Funnick pushed a little bit further away, so it burns off a little bit more of his mana. But they get themselves another kill on this Clockwork, and now that's a 0-2 over on Miguel. And they're about to go on bottom lane too, Sigma, rotating in, and open wounds over on Kuro. He can tether him, he can't tether away because the force is too close.
Yeah, but it's the complete right choice to go for the Wisp in all these cases right now. If they could keep down the Wisp completely, the hero faces out quite quickly, in my opinion. But if the Wisp is getting a good start, he can get early bottle even, like Noltail likes to do it, to just keep his carry alive. I think the hero can easily face out as a support, but I still think that there won't really be a problem this time. He's soon gonna hit his level 6. Actually, how is it looking with the EXP?
Yeah, right now, Na'Vi is pretty far ahead, man. Same with the gold, just over 4K.
Yeah.
Life is definitely not looking nice for Sigma, but Miguel's trying to make something out of it. Like, he's managed to smoke himself up. He's having a bit of a wander. He's going to find Dandy, but Dandy, what a time for the refraction to wear off. But the battery assault comes up from Miguel. But he's just looking for something to hookshot. I think he was really expected to be sprung in that position.
Yeah. I think that they're also... Navi has a lot of TPs.
Soshka out through the side. Instantly, a 4-star stealing his damage. So Soshka wants to commit to this. He's going to lose a large portion of his damage. In fact, up to 168 points. Infest up. A 4-star, he's going to get stunned up.
Yeah.
And brought down at the same time. Visage, basically, well, he was killed by the rest of the creep wave that was there. But a large portion of that damage was done from the stolen damage of Razor.
Yeah. I wonder if that was a bait, or if it just worked out well for them. But yeah, it was really good to get a kill on Havos. Sadly, he's going to have his mech up in 300. Sadly for Sigma, at least.
Well, Funnick already has his Blink Dagger up on top lane, so you had your 2 team fight, well, 1 stay ability and 1 initiation.
Yeah, this level 10 puck, they can just TP in, blink, level 4 silence.
Well, there it is right now. He doesn't really want to get too close in on Miguel, though, and that rocket just scouted it out. And I think those pings coming out from Miguel is also just letting him know what's going on. And Mad's going to move over.
Dendy's he just keeps going jungle now. He's done with mid. I understand him.
Well, it's easier to farm inside the jungle for him and less risk, because he's still 1 kill up right now.
And now Havos has his mech finished, so I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to start seeing some aggression on the towers. Fada is going for the mech as well. If they're able to delay the tower pushes until Fada has his mech, I think Sigma is going to have a lot easier fighting.
The only downside right now is like the top tier 1 tower just got denied off, and that bottom tower's not looking too healthy either. And, well, a couple of familiar drop-offs. So at least Kuro and Havos will be held in position. But the spirits are still coming in. Kuro looks rather eager to get himself a kill in this scenario. And Havos hiding around the tree line. And now, well, that's already the damage. Clockwork's going to hook himself in. Havos has stolen a lot. He pops off the mech as well as his 1 charge. They already picked up the Visage. And Havos trying to man-fight it up, and he will do so. Clockwork goes down too. Mad, he's already put off 1 concoction, but he's got, well, only 56 points of damage. Told OD will drop. The Kuro's quite fine. And yeah, still a large amount of mana, and Fada, the jump in from Funnick. And Fada, well, at least there's some extra stuns again coming out from the familiars. But he's caught in the tree line. Mad's down here as well in a bit of a corner. And he's going to try and go on somebody. Poppy throws the ulti out from Mad. He'll finally get the stun over on Kuro. As a spray as well, Kuro will not be able to come out of that stun in time to tether himself away. And Dendy will actually get a double kill here. But at the same time, Mad, also with that acid spray, not making it easy for Na'Vi. They lose 2. There's a new TP coming in. Poppy's got Frostbite right now, but obviously with Rage it's not as bad. But there's your phase boots. He lost the static link. Stole not a single point up in damage, but it forces the life stealer back, and the tier 1 tower goes down.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of what Sigma can do right now.
Well, right now, you kind of like your Alchemist is trying to build into your medallion as fast as he possibly can. Life stealer doesn't have a Hanamitis, or does he? What's coming out in this courier right now? It's a gauntlet, in fact. So
He's probably going for the...
Life is becoming very, very hard for him. So he doesn't have Midas, he doesn't have even the start of an armlet, he doesn't have drums, doesn't have any of this, and we're 14 minutes in.
Yeah, and I think that this is...
middle lane. Clockwork's going to hook in, and Fada, he's trying to fight this, but he's got no ulti, and he got silenced up too. Luckily, Miguel's cogs keep him far enough away they can't instantly pick him off, but Wisp, the Spirit Ball, is able to connect on him, and Miguel still on the run, and it will be, in fact, Kuro that gets himself another double kill, or in fact, his first double kill, I should say, while they try and hunt down the familiars, which they will also pick up.
Yeah, and at the same time now he's going for the Roche. I think you can see from how Sigma plays right now that they're trying to like counter every move that Na'Vi does, but you can easily see that a team that comes into a point where they kind of have to counterplay the opponents rather than making their own decisions, you're gonna have a very, very tough game. And then when you keep wasting your ult, you waste the hook to try to save an OD that you don't even end up saving.
He's coming out, melted straight away. A refraction charge won't follow that. Imprisonment came out pretty quickly. And that was coming out from the OD while Paris. We'll see Paris run himself away, infest inside of Miguel. Man's still very low, and Dendy just destroys him with 1 melt hit again. And again, for his troubles, he gets imprisoned up. But of course, chasing down Fada. We've got another jump in with a blink dagger from Funnick, and he actually goes through 2 of them. Rift will end up killing off the OD, while the attack from Razor takes out the Lion Stealer. And Na'Vi are just walking all over Sigma right now in the middle lane. Not a single casualty of war. They just take out the mid, and they'll take out the tier 1 tower as well.
Yeah, wow. Navi is playing really, really well right now, and the Razor pickup just works out so well for them. You're gonna see.
And this time, like Sigma, they keep on staying in close on Havos this time too. Like when we get to these narrow choke points, they just don't want to back up.
Yeah, you're completely right. And Havos is gonna have his Aghanims in 800 gold. Once he has that gold, they're gonna be able to take down towers even easier. So
the scarier thing would be like at this rate with the farm that Navi's getting. Like one is of course going the high ground with an Aghanim Scepter, but the second part of it is if Sigma is able to delay this up, you know he's just going to go Refresher Orb.
yeah, and Navi has a 14k gold lead. 16 minutes.
It's decent.
It's
It's
very
decent.
And now
Oh, Kuro.
the Midas.
Kuro, really?
No,
Really?
but I really do understand. Like as I said before,
Like, I can understand it. I just thought for the moment we might actually have a no Midas game and then just not. Like, there needs to be, like, we know, like, when did EG throw last? When was the last game of a professional where there was no Midas? Bucking Mad, he's in a little bit of trouble with Funnick coming in, even with a hook shot coming in too. That was a quick little hold on Puck, and Wisp ulti is coming in as, on top of all of this. Miguel locked inside the cogs with those spirits from Wisp. Oh, he's just 14 life points away from death. Able to escape, but a little bit further up. Nah, Funnick is able to catch him out. Back over towards the middle lane. Lifestealer is on the run. And Funnick is looking to chase him down as well.
Funnick
This is Funnick with
so
33k
rich.
gold. Man, where does he find all this money?
I don't know, on the solo lane.
He's got 10 assists and 4 kills right now.
Yeah, both Havos and Funnick has been in 14 kills.
And Puppy's now building into a pipe. He's actually already finished up his hood on that Crystal Maiden. Jumping in imprisonment, Funnick, he got silence on 2. And it's over on Fader for the moment. And now with the concoctions done, over to a Voss, and he will die right now. And then the retreat back out again. I think we're going to jump for the rest of this fight over to Navi's audio.
Focusing. I'm coming to you. Desert me. Rune soon.
Talkative bunch, aren't they?
Yeah, I was like, oh, they're losing the fight. Nah, they didn't really seem to be in any stress at all.
They're just, like, even look at them right now. Like, everyone just looks pretty focused. There's no real need for talking anyway.
Yeah,
Just a subtle reminder about a rune. That's basically it. Everything else is...
yeah, there's no need to say much more than that at that point of the game.
I just wish Puppy would finally put that hood on top of himself. Actually, I think he's waiting for the full pipe because he also picked up the headdress.
Yeah.
So he just needs the recipe now.
And right now, I think he's like, why didn't I go Midas?
Like, I could have been done by now if I got Midas.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's fine. Like the amount of items and the key timing for this is just perfect.
Yeah.
Like when we're hitting 20 minutes in, we've got 2 heroes that are almost about to crack the 10k net worth anyway. And you're going to have everything you need to push up to the high ground without having to wait.
They're going to pipe, they have double blink, they have BKB on Dundee. His Aegis should be going out quite
There's your jump.
soon.
Right on top of Lifestealer. Backed into a corner.
Oh.
TP was never going to work then with the DD rune on the Templar Assassin as well.
That hurts so much.
And even then, Funnick saying hello for a moment. He'll have to phase shift himself out of this one. Even though he got stunned up, Soul Assumption down. Miguel keeping on with the battery assault or phase shift, and he'll be able to jump himself away from this. Soul Assumption, they had a ward up on the high ground. And the rocket as well. 32 life points. Alquist is coming in for a stun. He'll get one over on Puppy, and they Soul Assumption down with the orb damage over towards Kuro. So now Puppy will lose his life using the Medallion of Courage from the Alchemist to ensure that.
Yeah, that was 2 really good pickoffs from Sigma. I was about to say that sadly they wasted the hook shot, but it worked out. Kind of feel that Kuroki and Puppy didn't really need to be there, but obviously they wanted to make sure Funnick got out alive.
Even if it cost them their own lives.
Funnick is going for Necro Book.
Really?
Yeah, he has his Necro 1, soon Necro 2.
I suppose it's not really worthwhile going into something like a Dagon, which you would, like, if there was even one squishy normal hero on this lineup, you would do it. But you're up against, like, a Visage as well as an Alchemist support.
Yeah.
There's just no point to it. But Dendy went his damage dealing item. He got a Daedalus. So Not Daedalus, just the Chrysalis for now. Sorry,
Yeah.
not that early.
Yeah, but it's still very good.
Oh,
And
Fader, trouble. Havorst in there again, and he's still on 168 points, 196. That imprisonment doesn't save you from the static link, and then just one hit from the Razor destroys him. I didn't see the red numbers which just came up, but I would assume they were rather high.
Yeah, that Razor hits for 300 damage. I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of that.
At least he didn't have Denny on there too, adding a meld. It's like 300 damage. Well, we're going to add a negative armor effect into that one as well.
Yeah.
But this is just Na'Vi looking for any kind of pick-offs. The second Sigma thinks they can come out.
Yeah.
And Puppy, well, actually, he's the one who's in trouble right now. Familiars, they need to drop. They've got more than enough damage just to get the kill. But while they're picking up the Crystal Maiden, looking to push out the Tier 1 tower in the top lane, there's a catapult push with Dendy, Havorst, and Funnick. And now, of course, as you said, Necrobook units coming to attack the tower.
And that's, I mean, sure, it was a good pick-off. They got a kill on Maiden, and they can't really do so much else. But as you said, Navi's getting a exchange for everything. Now they got a tower. They're going to have an even easier time going for the base.
Fader just slow down for a little bit. Miguel does have hook shot, but he doesn't really want to go into this one with the Aghanim Scepter. There's your lightning damage directly towards the tower. Havorst is just trying to make him attack on him as much as possible, because he's still walking around with this mech, so he's fine. And he just gets a couple of earn charges, imprisoned up, but the ulti's still going to remain, and I think that call's coming to go in. Funnick, nice silence and Dream Coil. He got 3 of them in that one, but at the same time, Havorst, he's in pretty deep and a lot of damage. Kuro, though, with that tether, he's keeping him overcharged up, and Havorst, he's up towards the high ground. Fader, the Infest jump out, but Havorst away again. Hook shot finally from Clockwork will put him down, and Kuro, well, he thought about the ulti, but Funnick came back into this one again. And Puppy, well, there goes your first Nova. Soshka, he uses the rage. If Puppy can reach, pass, and he does. There's your Frostbite. Orb damage as well will fly. And if he jumps up, well, Havorst, when he brought back, the Wisp just brings him straight back into the engagement. And Mad, well, he's coming out looking for something, but with a phase shift, he's going to stun himself in the meantime. And in fact, they used the Wisp only to drag him out, just in case there was a stun going to fly.
Yeah, also quite good buyback from Havorst, being able to turn the fight once again. Let's see.
Oh, man. This time you'll get the concoction off. It's only going to be a short stun period. And Havorst pops off the mech. He's still got this ulti going on of his, which is actually hurting Miguel pretty badly. And with the Nova, Frostbite, Miguel loses his own life.
Oh, wow.
There's no static link, but there's a Crystal Maiden just bringing down the... bringing down the Nova.
Yeah, and that was pretty much nail in the coffin, in my opinion. If they would have been able to get a kill on Havorst there, when he bought back, that would have been huge for them, because it would have given them a lot of space to take over the map. Now, the Necro 3s. Disgusting units.
And they're going to take out the tier 3 towers, man, and moves directly onto the melee racks. Not even trying to go for like the safe racks, which is the range racks at this point. Clockwork is going to respawn up in a moment. Lifesteal is still 8 seconds away. Even though he had buyback, he decides not to use it, which means they almost accept the fate of this bottom racks. And with Razor back on the front lines, Na'Vi will fall back. They're still going to remove... well, they've taken out the tier 2 tower in the mid, so they can push that racks, but right now with a 5v5, probably not worth the risk.
Yeah, but now they're going to have a Daedalus and Dundee. They're going to have a...
Oh, Funnick! He jumps in on 2 and he got a double silence again. Frostbite over on Fader. At least he got his mech charge off quick enough, and then the hook shot in. It goes over towards Kuro. He's already tethered up right now over towards Funnick, who comes back out of his phase shift. The OD is already brought back again, but Mad, he's held in position. The Orb will attack and actually connect too with the Frostbite holding him in position again. And Dendy, Blink Dagger, 1 second, and already Havorst. How much damage has he got? 196 points he's managed to steal. And, well, actually, Sasha doing a pretty damn good job of stealing it back right now with the live seal. Armlet toggling, and there's that attack from Dendy. And over towards Bucky Mad, dominating it out. And this really is just Sigma dead inside their base. I wouldn't be surprised right now if they are considering the GG call. They've lost so much, and there it is. Taking not even 25 minutes before the GG call comes out. Navi really came out hitting hard and strong.
Yeah, I'm very, very impressed by Navi's performance. And ever since Dream League, especially, I think that after that first day, when they got into the finals and they played us as well, I think they've been playing extremely, extremely well. And also that the picks suit them very well, and they're hard to predict. So what you said in the beginning, them being very, very predictable, Sure, I guess that's
The funny,
Sigma
the funny
did
thing
know.
is, like, you looked at it, it's like, when we started the draft, it's like, okay, it's predictable. We get Dendi, the Crystal Maiden, and the Wisp. Okay, we're gonna look for the CK or the Tiny, and then we get like, then we got the Razor was the next one, wasn't it? The Templar Assassin was the last pickup. So we look at, so we got Razor. I'm like, okay, well we know Funix played Puck before, but like, what's going on here? And then the Razor comes up, and like normally that's the Dendi counter towards the OT, but they switched their lanes up. They ran it nicely, and Sigma, like, you can't really prepare to be drafting for that kind of thing, especially when you see the first 3 pickups and you say, well, it'll just be standard Navi's first game
I'm
at
just
LAN.
not sure how Sigma could have done it a lot better. They could perhaps have done like aggressive tri-lane, but
They
that
could
doesn't really.
that's if they didn't go the Alchemist, but
I
if they
mean-
went aggressive tri-lane, then it would have been a lane dodge for them.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel they had to go safe lane just because they wanted to secure Fada mid. But at the same time, Dendi did get quite a lot of runes. He did quite well by himself.
Yeah.
Once Fada had like level 3, 4 in Astral Imprisonment, Dendi started going to jungle.
Yep.
Solving it that way by just dodging the OD.
And he still found his experience and money. It was,
Yeah,
and
but-
without risking his life.
But once again, it's the laning phase does decide so much. If Sigma would have gotten, let's say Sigma would have gotten 2 kills and they wouldn't have died, instead of the way it went for Navi,